Welcome to the Rockhound Podcast. This week, it's the Fab Four and Theo's little adventure.
I thought you were about to say the Fab Four and Theo.
There's one person you cannot see. So, welcome to the podcast. And Karen, if you want to.
Good day and good evening and good morning and whatever it is for you. A warm welcome to all of you guys out there. Thank you for coming by. You picked, if this is your first time viewing, it's a great evening to be checking in with us because we've got an amazing show and tell going to happen. But first, let us know where you're viewing from because we want to know where you are in the world, and let us know what you're up to because we care. Are you working? Are you avoiding working? Are you rock hounding? And by the way, I am Karen from Ozone Fine Art Ventures on the very saturated and soggy Oregon coast. Kurt?
My name is Kurt with Rock.Hounding.Adventures out here in western Colorado, where the weather is kind of unpredicted. Yesterday was snowing. Today is fire watch. Who knows what tomorrow's going to be? Consuela?
This week, my name is Carl, and my channel is Drunk Movie Reviews.
Oh my gosh.
I am surprised you did not go with Captain Hook.
I forgot about that.
Oh.
The first movie we review on the channel will be Hook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I am Kyle with World of Rock Hounds. Now as introductions, shoutouts.
Well, thank you, Kyle. Last week we had the recap for the Makers Challenge, which was super fun. And apparently, I was running a fever, and I think perhaps everyone was in a slight state of delirium.
I definitely was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Theo had just come home from his wacky vacation, and so yeah, apparently we were really entertaining.
Were we?
I don't know what happened. Yeah,
it just seemed like a normal Thursday. Yeah.
But Michelle said how much she loved the recap and how much the challenge taught. And I thought that this was a really interesting perspective on it, that there was geology lesson, cultural traditions, patience, persistence, all these things that were actually, kind of taught in the fabric of these different projects. So I love that take on it, Michelle. Very cool. Lisa Largent, 45 from Oregon, thought it was hilarious and fun also. Honestly, don't remember recording it at all for my fever. So I'm so glad. City Rock Hounding also found it entertaining, as well as Claude from Kalgoorlie. And he'd love to see the bloopers and outtakes as well. And so I don't know if we're saving those up. Kyle, do we have I
was gonna say,
don't we have account yet on some of those?
Yeah, I haven't deleted anything. I still have every video that we've ever recorded saved. So
spoiler alert, sometimes we continue recording for like an hour or better after we are done with the episode. So there ought to be some juicy outtakes in there somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody's just got to wade through it.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea, though, Claude. I'd like to see those as well. Jim Uni thanks us for the recap because he missed Marlena, and she's a personality I would love to see back on the show too.
Yes.
And so we need to extend. This is the invitation, Marlena. Come back on.
Marlena.
Yes.
Hit us up.
We need you. Kyla Abigail. Kayla, how do you say your last name? I should have practiced that one. Also found the podcast very entertaining and was wondering just how spiked my fever was. Well, I was talking about my corkboard and clipboards. Apparently, I was, having some kind of a psychedelic moment. Ricky Rockhound graced us with one of those killer play-by-play comment streams of consciousness for the show, which was awesome. And that we were talking about his challenge, and he was saying, yeah, try the Suiseki, and you're on, pal. I think we're all gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I'm totally down.
Cool. Yes.
I'm down.
Yes. So yeah, I maybe needed a little bit of that encouragement, and Jesse's always the guy just for that.
Yep.
Julia McKenna, Ivan Lopez, Rock and Roll, Rockhound Rick from Sault Ste. Marie. Did I say it right? Because he tried to do the phonetic in the comment section. Thank you so much for that. From Ontario, and all of you in the chat, you know who you are. Dug it, and a good time was had by all. If you guys want to be included in the next viewer show and tell, hit us up in the email in the description. Right now, Greg D, Discordian and viewer extraordinaire, is out there on the Yellowstone killing it.
We may or may not have seen him today. I may have hung out with Greg today. And I'm not joking. It was awesome meeting you, Greg.
Leaking some down low on the Discord. And so he's apparently going to have like an amazing viewer show and tell extravaganza. And so send us in yours so that can be included, because that's going to be imminent. Like, we're going to apparently have a big collection of pictures, and so we're going to be throwing that pretty soon. I'm foreseeing in my crystal ball. So send us those pictures on the email in the description. Also hit us up for the Discord invite, and enjoy the conversations such as the one that Greg D is sharing with us, all the shows and tells and whatnot in between the podcast, and it'll keep you going from Friday to Friday. And them's the shouts.
Thank you.
I'm out.
And
Peace.
how is everyone? Oh my gosh. How was everyone's week? We'll start with Kurt and give Karen a break.
How everyone's week was.
Yeah.
So my week has been pretty steady. I got some yard work done before the snow hit, and today I went back out and got a little bit more yard work after all the snow melted. I have some rocks tumbling for a future video coming up in the next week or so of a snakeskin agate, which you guys will see what that looks like for the show and tell. As well, I plan on cutting those rocks that I cleaned with the muriatic acid from like 2 weeks ago. I plan on cutting those up for this upcoming week's video to see what they look like on the inside. Yeah, that's pretty much been my week. What about you, Theo? Consuelo? Carl. There
Carl.
you go. I never know what it is.
Say any random name. So this week has been busy but good. The Yellowstone is just now showing signs that it's about to start rising, and when it does, it rises with a vengeance. So on Monday, I filmed 2 different videos. We went on 2 separate hunts. Like, we went on a hunt for like 3 or 4 hours, went back to the car, dumped the backpack, and then drove to a different spot and went on another hunt. And then today I went out with Kate from Katydid, and we did some awesome rock hounding way downstream, got into some fantastic stuff, and ran into a Discordian while we were out, unplanned, and it was awesome.
So cool. That is so cool. I love it.
And he got like probably the most epic picture you've ever seen. I don't know if he posted it or not, but
I'll have to
Greg,
hop on there and check it out.
if you haven't posted it yet,
he knows what I'm talking about.
I'm coming after you. So he's been posting some good pics, and we've been enjoying the coming along for the ride. So yeah, I'll go check on that.
And then lots of editing and prepping, which I will get into during show and tell, which I guess is just Theo time, I guess. So yeah, I'll talk about that then. But yeah, it's been busy, but good busy. And I have like 6 videos filmed and 1 edited and 3 more planned and already partially filmed. So I've got like pretty much the rest of the summer's videos like busted out already, which I'm very happy about.
That's awesome.
Nice. If we keep up at this rate, we might be going back to 2 videos a week.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Or just keep it one video a week and just keep on building.
The problem is I did that once and I had seriously 20 something videos, and I was like, okay, I keep like filming at my consistent rate, and it's like at some point I'm gonna be like years in advance, so I should probably just start doing 2 a week because
You
I
look
gotta
nothing
get
like
busy.
yourself in the video anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like bald.
Right? Can't imagine.
But that is my week. That's
you.
all I'm gonna say. You can't
Okay.
force any more words out of me. I mean, you could try.
There you
Do it.
I wasn't sure if that was a mind trick or you were just
Yeah.
just stop.
I think that was very Jedi.
Do it. Wait, no, I think I have to do like.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have my hoodie on, otherwise I'd join you.
Where's the other Sith though? Yeah.
I can go with my week and give Karen a couple more minutes ish. It's actually been I wouldn't say uneventful, but like I did my first live last night, just out of the. I can't talk. I'm sorry.
Out of the blue.
Yeah,
Or some other color.
yeah,
Out of the red.
Out of the gray.
yeah. Out of all the
Left
yeah.
field.
Yeah, I was out running errands because I was trying to get some packing material for a box I'm trying to send out, and it's like 8 something at night, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and try out this YouTube live thing and see how it pans out, and it was pretty fun. Next time I definitely want to do it during the day when people are probably awake and not getting ready for bed. But it's still super fun.
6 a.m.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Coffee time. with Kyle.
But yeah, it was fun. I polished a piece of fire obsidian naturally, and
I didn't know you could do that.
yeah, no, it was it almost didn't happen because a couple wheels almost seemed contaminated, and it just left deeper scratches on the stone. Because my plan was to do a live for like half an hour and call it good, but that half an hour turned into an hour 20 minutes.
They got like triple their money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who needs to pay for lapidary classes? We can just watch my YouTube lives for free. Oh gosh, what else? Yeah, it was kind of a lax week. Not really much going on. My shop got a little messy. Whoever watched the live kind of see I had like a baby pin just filled with like stuff. I'm like, don't pay attention to that.
I saw that.
Because I really didn't have like any like intention of showing like anything behind me, and I was like, I'll at least put everything in the playpen just so I can move it out of the way if I need to. And it's like, oh, don't look at that.
Yeah, at one point you just move the camera and set it down, and you could hear you're moving stuff around off on the side. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I think next time I'll be a little bit better prepared. But yeah, that was my week. Just relaxed and trying new things. Karen.
All right. I was just getting over being sick a lot. And so I don't do sick very good. I don't know about you guys, but
I don't either.
I am bad at that.
I could hardly be classified as human when I'm sick.
Yeah. So there's a lot of getting back to normal, or trying to. I was working on the petrified wood. I had promised that I'd get the petrified wood cutting and polishing video out. Haven't done that yet because there was just like life wasn't in me, and so certainly not editing and being articulate. And then I got a chance to actually take apart my high tech that I had to get a new tray, and so I got to tinker around with that, and I am super excited. They sent me a water system to try, and so I'm going to be doing the next video incorporating there's some tips and tricks with the high-tech flat lap that maybe you don't know about if you haven't had, like, say, a frozen arbor or a fuse go out or something like that. And so these are things that you want to kind of stay on top of as far as maintenance goes with these machines. And so that's going to be coming out. And meanwhile, I was making like a ton of stuff for the Mom's Day coming up, and Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a Mom's Day. And it should be Mother's Day today. Breaking through the wall when you guys are watching. And so I actually have been running a sale on my website leading up to it, and then it's going to keep on going like Mother's Day in Mayhem. And I usually don't mention stuff like that, but it's going on now. Fineart.com. Yeah, and it's just a great way to support the channel since that's what I do other than making videos for you guys. So and I think Kurt actually also has a sale going on, don't you?
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
wasn't
funny
going to mention it, but yeah.
Don't
I
usually
decided
mention these
to
things.
yeah,
That's
I decided just do like a sale for this month, 20% off on all the pendants that I wrapped.
Those
So
lovely wrapped things, guys.
Mhm.
It's
So
actually
go
a really
check that
funny
out.
coincidence because I have a sale. If this comes out Friday, I have a sale starting tomorrow.
nice, Kyle. What about you?
So there's all kinds. Yeah.
Sorry, no
You guys
fire
have all
sales
this
here.
shopping. And yeah, right. A fire sale. Very nice. But yeah, that wraps up my week. And so you guys know what you guys need to go do out there. Go shopping. But and happy Mother's Day to all you guys that are moms
Yes.
out there.
Go buy stuff
Those
from
of you
the
that have moms.
yeah. Go buy stuff from the 3 out of the 4 people here that are selling stuff right now.
There you go.
Or just Kyle.
No, I have everything for sale right now. But yeah, thank you all for your sharing your weekly events, and now we can interrogate Theo. I guess.
I'm scared.
Wonder what the
No.
closed caption did with that.
Yeah.
All right, Coral.
Carl.
Coral. How was your trip?
It's good. All right. That's the whole podcast.
Night.
Good.
Bye, everybody. No, it was awesome. It was epic. There was highs, there was lows. Very, very satisfying character arc that ended in a betrayal. Satisfying conclusion. Great movie. I mean, trip. Sorry. No, it was good. It was awesome. We did lots of different things and stuffs, including fossil hunting, shelling, shark tooth screening, and some of the coolest fossils I've ever found in my life, which we will get into in a moment. So I think I'm gonna just go in order, like, of how the trip played out, because that just seems to make the most sense. So first day we were there, we went to a saltwater lagoon, which is just barely separated by the ocean. So it's like in Florida, the lagoons are like, they're like flats basically. So it's like this gigantic body of water that you literally, I mean, it's like they're like 60, 70 miles long. But
Wow.
there are parts when you're out in the middle where you can get out of the boat and you're like not even waist deep in water.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, flats, like the lagoons are awesome, but there's deeper parts. But yeah, so in those lagoons, there's actually they have to dig out a channel so that, because it does actually connect back out to the ocean. So like bigger boats, like yachts and sailboats and stuff, can actually reach back out to the ocean. And when they dug those trenches, Maisie, do not do this tonight.
sorry, it was your face. You're like,
No, so when they dug out those trenches, they pushed all of the bedrock to the sides in like giant piles. They're called spoils islands. And eventually like mangroves and plants and stuff started growing on those islands. And they're literally like just like chains of little islands. And we go to that place to fish. But I learned that those spoils islands are like the best locations for shelling possible. I love it so much for shelling. They trap shells like crazy. And because it's so shallow, it's like gastropod heaven up in there.
oh,
Molly,
cool.
please don't. This is why Alexis usually has the dogs, because they're all like, what are you doing? Please stop. Please stop, Molly. I love you too. So on this trip, I found lots of shells. I didn't do any videos on shells because people don't like shells. So as I say very often, people, you need to like shells more. So I can do shelling videos.
TikTok disagrees.
TikTok disagrees. Actually, not really, because there's a lot of people mad about the fact that I was shelling.
Oh.
So I've brought 3 of my favorite shells ever. And this is one of them. These are my 3 favorite shells in Florida.
Ooh, that's
This is
beautiful.
called a King's Crown Conch,
Fancy.
and they are amazing. And I
King
love this
Conch.
King Kong, King's Crown, and I love them so much. And they're beautiful. This is a little guy. They get significantly larger, and when they get larger, so do the spikes.
Ooh, wow.
And this is why I get mad when people say shells are boring. That thing is sweet. I don't care who you are. Those King's Crowns are
That's
awesome.
insane.
But wait, they get bigger than that even.
Oh,
And the
That's
spikes
crazy.
just go crazy when they get to that size. They're beautiful.
That's cool.
wow.
That's
very
cool.
fancy.
And then next is this, which is actually the same type of shell that went internet famous on TikTok. This is a banded tulip. They're also, again, one of my favorites to find. They're absolutely gorgeous. And hermit crabs love them. So finding them empty is like a feat in and of itself. It's actually a really nice sized tulip. Oh gosh, as I drop it. It's a really nice sized tulip. Almost broke it on camera. And I love it. And then
You
lastly,
have a 3-lip.
these are my favorite shells. Hands down, my favorite shells. This is a lightning whelk, and I adore them. This
Those
is
are
the
cool.
shell that started it all, and they're absolutely stunning.
Shocking.
And
Shell
this-
that started it all.
It really is. Like, I found a giant lightning whelk and didn't realize that we even had shells like that in the U.S. So I went down a huge rabbit hole and learned that Florida is like the shelling capital of the U.S. and got really into shelling.
Were you shell shocked?
I was shell shocked. You could say I was shell shocked. And yeah, this, believe it or not, is a small one.
Wow.
Like, it's dang near the same
Those are my favorite type.
length as my hand, but it's they get way bigger than that. And then this one is very cool, but I'm gonna make you guys guess. Tell me what kind of shell this is.
Is that a mussel?
Oyster?
Why is it so flat?
What is that?
We're still waiting on a guess from Kurt.
Oh, it's flat.
Students,
flat,
submit
flat
your
Earth.
test result. Sorry.
I don't know.
This is a quick trick question. It's not a shell, actually, at all.
That's
Is
Is it a plant?
So what this is an operculum.
Oh, of course.
So
Oh.
and for those of you that don't know, I don't have a big enough shell here to actually demonstrate. Actually, I do. I lied. I'm a liar. So bigger shells like this. This is a very large one, which is probably, so it didn't come from any of these shells, but the operculum is the
Okay.
trapdoor that is attached to the bottom of the foot of snails. So when they like suck back into their shell, this is the thing that covers the door.
Oh, that's
Oh.
interesting.
Yep,
That's really cool.
operculums are awesome, and they're
That's so
very
cute.
fragile,
It's a
so
snail soul.
yeah, pretty much. It's a snail helmet.
It's a snail mitt.
And they're incredibly fragile, and they're actually not made of calcium bicarbonate like shells are. They're like a much softer material. So finding them is
Snail
extremely
spit?
uncommon. Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then there's more.
No.
So on those Spoils Islands, we are in the heart of what is called the Melbourne Bone Beds, which is a stretch of Florida that stretches like 100-something miles. And on the bone beds are bones. There's a stretch, right? So luckily, I have a vertebrate permit for Florida, so I can do hunting. This right here is
Nice.
a mammoth bone.
Ooh.
That is a chunk of mammoth bone, which is very
That's
cool.
awesome.
And I love it because it's Pleistocene, Ice Age mammoth bone. But then when you look, it's got barnacles on it. It's got corals growing on it. Like, it's just so cool. This one, though, was definitely the nicest one we found. And that is this absolutely wonderful Ice Age horsetooth.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
so cool.
That seems like a big, like, can you hold it Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
crazy.
What a
big
cool
horse tooth.
scale. That is a
It's huge.
Right?
I'm just
Yeah, and
imagining this buck-tooth horse.
right, yeah. And I showed
Saber-tooth
it to
horse.
Derek and Kyle, and even them who, find this kind of stuff regularly, they were like, holy crap, that's a huge horse tooth. I was like, yeah, score.
Yes,
I
it
done
is.
good. You guys get exclusives because I just so happen to actually have it on the table. You guys get exclusives. I didn't find this trip, but I found this on the Spoils Islands, and it has not found its way into a video before, mainly because I wasn't
Is it?
recording.
Is it?
I wasn't. I think it is what you think it is.
Okay.
I wasn't recording during the time. I have a clip of that find, but it's just like, I don't know, a 90-second clip of me losing my freaking mind, and I've been trying to figure out what video to put it in.
Is this from
So
the last time you were in Florida?
last spring, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I found
okay.
this last year,
I
but
think I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Wow.
this is a mammoth tooth.
Oh
and
yeah.
it's huge,
Oh my
That's
god.
It's
massive.
ginormous.
That's
It's
crazy.
like the size of my head.
It's
That'd be a
amazing.
lifetime find.
It
It
absolutely,
would be.
absolutely is, and yeah, it's enormous, Colombian mammoth molar.
Didn't you
Wow.
say
love it
you
so
were out
much.
fishing?
Yep, same deal. It was on the same. Daisy, do not. Same deal. I actually found it on the same island last year that I found this horse tooth this
That's
year.
a lucky
That's
island for
crazy.
you.
It
That
is a
is.
good island, so I'm going to be going back to those
Every year.
islands and looking more seriously now. So yeah, podcast crew, be happy. You guys got exclusive sneak peeks of what is probably one of the best finds I've ever found in my life that has not found a way into a video yet. So
We feel so
Yeah.
special.
Will it take a polish?
it would. If I had another one, I would cut it and make scales for knives because mammoth tooth is so freaking cool. And yes, it will polish.
Wow.
Nice.
But I'm too attached to this. And I have one more trick question for you all before we move away from the modern shit, the snails and stuff. Can anyone tell me what this is?
Oh. Is it moving?
No, I'm
Yeah, it
moving it.
looks articulated.
I have no idea.
Is that? Gosh, is it it looks like a snake.
Is it like a octopus arm thing? Tentacle?
It is
Is it egg casing?
actually. There it is. Yes.
Yeah.
So every snail species in Florida actually has a completely different snail egg or egg casing. They all look
Wow.
completely different and they are very diagnostic. So this right here is actually the egg casing from a lightning whelk.
Oh.
And this
That's
one,
cool.
luckily, like thankfully, they all escaped. They all hatched out normally and healthily. But every single one of these pads, if you look, there will be 50 to 100 little tiny baby lightning whelks in every single one of these little,
Wow.
That's
little
crazy.
pockets. So sometimes you can find them when they get washed up and dried out, and you can find like literally thousands of little tiny little shells inside of here. But this one, luckily,
Aw.
is empty, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Bad joke. Nature's maracas.
pretty much because they do. They jig like they shake. Yeah, yeah. That's more accurate than. Okay, so that was day one.
Tequila.
It was all just. So the next couple days we didn't really do a whole lot. Like we went fishing, but not in places with shells, so I don't have anything to show for that. But a few days later, we went out with our friend of the podcast, Wild Kyle, and my friend who should come. Oh, hey, there was one. I checked that thing thoroughly, and there was no shells in there. So there must have been just one casing. I can't even like.
Oh, look.
That
at
is the
baby.
tiniest of little
wow.
lightning whelks. Trying to see if I can do. Oh, yeah. Minis. Oh, it's tiny. Smaller than the head of a pin. Anyway, though, sorry, got distracted by cuteness. Went out with Derek, the rock master, and our friend Wild Kyle, who I literally in that video probably like said his name in every possible way you physically could. I called him the wildest of Kyles. I called him Wild Man Kyle. I don't know. Go watch the video. Nobody did.
My opposite.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get stuff out. And we went screening for some of the prettiest shark teeth in Florida. These things are insane. The preservation on these teeth is absolutely just incredible. They have amazing shine and color.
Whenever you say shark screening, I think of like, like a job interview. Seeing all these sharks like hanging out like, did I get it? Do you want my tooth?
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
Can't get off the hook that easy.
Two per episode, Kyle.
I can't get past my quota, huh?
Sorry, I'm trying to get them all out because there's so many. I didn't want to leave them like.
Yeah, the anticipation is killing me.
Sorry. So mainly what we were going up for was these right here, which are sand tiger sharks. Sand tiger shark teeth. And the cool thing about these is this is actually an extinct species from the Oligocene. So and look at the shine on. I was just about to say.
Oh yeah, it's shiny.
And the color is just fantastic. Usually they're like, I probably have an example in here. Go more searching. Yeah, usually they're really dark. They don't like have a whole lot of color. But these ones just from this site, for some reason, they just have such nice color. And then we found a bunch of these, which is a sand tiger, or no, sorry, regular tiger, normal tiger shark. Closer, I think. Yeah. This is tiger shark. Nice. And then this one specifically, here I've got another one right here. So this is a normal tiger shark tooth. I'm sorry, they're so small. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Normal tiger shark tooth. This is a cool species that I totally forgot the name of. That is exclusive to Florida.
Oh, wow.
Which is very cool. Then we got a bunch of these, which, believe it or not, are the tail spines of stingrays.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool.
And then
that's cool.
These, which are so freaking sweet.
What was that again? Wasn't a dolphin tooth?
Alligator.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Alligator tooth.
That's cool.
I promise I watched that episode.
I saw your comment. I know you good. Yeah. And then this is a barracuda tooth.
Oh, that's so cool.
Look at
That's
the
really
shine.
cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's exciting. And then I think one of our best finds was this right here, which is broken. Unfortunately, it's missing its root. But this is very cool. This is an Angus Titan, which is the ancestor to the Megalodon.
Oh,
cool.
Wow.
That's sick.
And it's like a truly large tooth. Like I don't think holding it out does it justice. If you see it up like by comparison to my thumb, like that would have been a very, very large tooth. But yeah, I mean they're just so nice. Trying to find
Put it next
one
to
of my nice hammies. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. These are my favorite shark tooths in Florida, probably just because I haven't found my own Meg yet. Trying to get it. There you go. See the crazy serrations on those things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like it would hurt.
Yeah. Kyle and I both cut our fingers on these while we were screening that day. So
Oh, wow.
even when they're dead, extinct, and fossilized, they still bite.
Laughing in their graves.
Yeah. So yeah, Hemipristis, or also known as snaggletooth sharks. Trying to like get the wall as a background so you can see the crazy serrations. These are some of my favorite, and I actually carved one of these out of Montana agate for Wild
That was
Kyle
so cool.
way back when.
Yeah. I
Way
like the
back when.
Shark
Back
tooth
in the
carving.
day. Yeah, that was a really fun one. I should do more of those, honestly. It was a lot of fun.
Totally.
And then also on that trip, we found some bone, including this itty bitty minuscule snake vertebrae.
Aww.
The wheel.
Oh wow.
It is so little.
Awesome.
Speaking of vertebrae, though, we also found something a bit bigger.
Nice.
Nice.
Who do we think that belongs to?
Probably whale or dolphin.
Yeah. Very
So-
cool. What era do you know?
It would be either Miocene or Oligocene.
Aww. Cool. That's
Yeah,
what we find out here too.
Then this is one bag. I have another bag. Like this is why it was so hard to dig through, because we got like lots and lots and lots of teeth.
Nice.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm like doing this so you
Yeah.
can't really look at all that. You see it? Sorry. Okay, so next we took an adventure to the Gulf Coast, which is the completely opposite side of the state. We woke up at like, I don't know, it was like 5:30 to drive over there so that we could get to a specific spot at low tide. And we did that for a reason. And the reason was echinoids.
Oh,
Nice.
That's cool.
And we got a bunch
want to
of.
find that.
I love them so much. They're
Yes.
so cool. I have to send you one because we
Yeah.
loaded up.
Oh, that's so cool.
Got some really nice ones, and I actually polished one.
Very nice.
They take a beautiful polish, and
Kyle,
their
they take
segments
a
actually.
polish.
They do take a polish.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yes. I actually have a few more that I want to polish because they're so
That's
so
so
cool.
pretty. Oh my gosh, that
So
is
we got
a
a bunch
wonderful
of-
surprise.
right. So we got a bunch of these. Some of them are in Matrix. So look forward to an upcoming video. I know multiple people have asked me to do this, including you, Karen. The how to make a sandblaster video is coming soon because that is the best way to prep these things. The fossil itself is way harder than the Matrix. Like I can literally scrape that Matrix off with my finger. So sandblasting is absolutely the way to go with these things. And the majority of them are still coated in their Matrix. So after that, we met up with our good friend Wild Kyle, the wildest Kyle, the wildest of Kyles. And we went and hit up some roads to do some fossil hunting on the roads, and we found lots of shells, lots of calcite, and a few teeth. But these were my 3 favorite finds. This is an extinct species of jewel box.
Wow.
And
That's
they're
so
just
cool.
beautiful.
How it's
cool.
got its like spines and everything still.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, that is so amazing.
They're
And
amazing.
and what era are we thinking as far as that's concerned?
I think this would be either Miocene or Pleistocene.
Okay.
I'm not sure which, because the problem with the roads is that the fill material comes from a few different locations, so it's hard to know where specifically.
No provenance, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to know, but it's assumed either Miocene or Pleistocene.
It's in such good condition.
Right? Yeah. There's some amazing. Yeah, actually, yeah. Not this trip, different trip, but I found this in one of the roads.
Wow.
Ooh.
Actually, Karen, that fossil whelk I sent you, I found in a road.
Oh my gosh. Like it is so people that have seen it are like, oh, what a nice shell. I'm like, no, that's a fossil. It's in such good condition. And like, no, it's not.
It's a fossil from the Miocene. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's so cool. And then these are one of my favorite shells. Like I love them so much, and they're cool because the modern times they're not a very common shell. But when it comes to fossil shells, they're like one of the most common, which is exciting because you actually get to find them, which you normally don't get to do. And that is olive shells. And I found not only my biggest olive ever, I found my biggest fossil olive ever, and it's in such nice condition. I'm trying to see if I can get this so that in a way where it can. I might have to. Yeah, there we go. It's so shiny.
Nice.
That's a natural gloss, and it still has all of its natural color.
Crazy.
So cool.
Found in a road. That's a big shell.
Road.
Yeah, in a road.
In a road.
It's
Yeah.
And it has
in a road.
and it's shiny.
Yeah, and it's found in a road, and it still has its perfect natural gloss. Like that's just insane. Cool. No damage on it whatsoever. So that was.
It did not erode in the road.
Exactly. There was no eroding. E-space roading. Yeah, it was really exciting to find that one. But Alexis totally schooled us and got the best find of the day, which is this little fossilized.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Great white shark tooth.
Nice.
Is it blue?
It is, and I
blue.
think you can see it in the video. There's something really cool about certain great white shark teeth, and that is they kind of pearlesce.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you I doubt the zoom will pick it up, but if you bend it, it literally changes intensity of color. I think you can kind of see it in the video that I sent.
I wasn't sure if it was like a white and it was just looking blue because of your shirt. But
no. Yeah, it's like gunmetal blue. It's so cool.
That's beautiful.
Right?
Nice.
You need to make a necklace.
I should.
Do it.
I should. I should do it.
Do it.
Okay, and then that the rest of the stuff we did was just more shelling, which I showed you my favorite shells already, so we don't need to do that. But the last hunt we did is like gonna go down as like probably my best hunts in Florida so far.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, these things are absolutely freaking insane. So Derek took me out to a site that is a private site where we have permission to dig, which is not common in Florida to be allowed to dig into the banks the way that we were. And in those banks was an absolute treasure trove of the nicest calcified shells I've ever found in my life. That is two
Wow.
That's a double.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
2 whelks connected. I actually prepped this one so that they both stand out. But yeah, they've got just crazy crystals in there.
If you ever start a bar, you need to name it the 2 Whelks.
The 2 whelks.
Two
The cool
whelks
thing
walk
about that
into a
place is I don't have a punchline for that. Somebody in the comments make a punchline. The cool thing about because I can't remember the name of the formation, but you guys know about Ruck's Pit, I'm sure.
No.
Nope.
Fort Drum.
Sorry.
Crickets from the peanut gallery. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you remember last time I showed you guys from my last trip? And I showed you guys the clams that had the calcite crystals in them. Okay,
yeah.
That is from the same formation as the Fort Drum stuff. And in that formation, the clams are way more common. They're a lighter yellow in the crystals. The crystals don't get quite as big, and they're predominantly clams. Well, this was Anastasia formation, and the Anastasia formation has a much wider variety. So like it's not just like you're finding clams and have your fingers crossed for a whelk. We were finding whelks. We were finding olive shells.
Wow.
We were finding various species of whelks, but then of course we also found clams, which I will show in a minute. But yeah,
That's
so
massive.
like I know. So this actually is this, but replaced with calcite.
That's cool.
That's all
That's really
calcite
cool.
crystals. I love these things so much. And then sorry, I'm trying to put these in a different pile so I don't pick them back up again. I took some and prepped them so that because when you pull them out, they look like that.
Mhm.
So I took the scribe.
Which I'm sure after your eye has seen that enough, like you start not knowing what you're looking at, right? Like
What, like that?
that's kind of difficult to parse what it is, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it takes for the first hour or so. It was just Derek pointing things out to me. Your eye picks it up eventually, but yeah, if you just saw that, you wouldn't really know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So this is the before, and then this is the after.
Wow.
Wow.
The scribe did amazing work on those
Man.
shells. It's
Yeah,
so pretty.
That's cool.
And now the
It's
cool
just
part
stunning.
is we can come in with a saw and cut it in half and expose the calcite crystal geode inside,
wow.
which I'm
Ooh.
excited to do with some of them.
Yeah.
And we got this one.
I'd be so nervous.
Yep.
They're all filled with calcite geodes, though.
Yeah, you gotta get inside there.
Yeah,
I get it. I
exactly.
get it.
And then this is actually a great example of that right here. So, normally with fossils, you want things as intact as possible. It loses value the less intact it is. Like that's just, normal for fossils. These are very different because when we were digging them out, they were coming out as perfect, complete, double, sided, still sealed shut clams. And if you just leave it the way it is, there's no way of knowing if it's like good or not at all. So I actually cut a little window inside of this one.
Oh my gosh,
that's
look at that
cool.
formation.
That's
look at
cool.
that blossom right there.
Yeah, that big blossom is so nice.
Little pin cushion.
And they're just absolutely just deep yellow. And there's another even bigger one behind it.
I like it that it looks like it's like
Yeah, no, exactly.
Give it googly eyes.
Like a
So-
well mouth.
Big googly eyes right there. So yeah, now I can just put it on a stand, and that's like a great
There you
display
go.
specimen. It felt so wrong
Totally.
cutting that hole open though. Like this goes against everything I know about Montana fossil hunting. I wanted to show
Well
something
done.
kind of cool, and that is this giant whelk.
Yeah.
See, right, where is it? Where is it? There it is. You can actually see the sparkle. That's from all the big crystals that are poking through, which means this
Wow.
is going to be a wonderful one to cut open because it probably has a lot of crystals in it. But that's actually not what I wanted to show. I wanted to demonstrate
We were
something.
waiting for you to get to the thing that's kind of cool, actually, this whole time.
Can you tell me what is different between these two shells besides size? Sorry, Molly. One sec, honey.
Are they spiraling in the opposite directions?
They are.
And that is weird.
The cool thing about that is actually diagnostic. So
Yeah, because they
because
all
of
go in
that-
one direction except for very few things.
I
Yeah.
never
Exactly. So all
thought about that.
Shells.
That's cool.
almost all shells, like it is incredibly rare. Like there's literally less than 10 species on the planet that do that. And that's they all spiral this direction. This is actually a species of knobbed whelk, which means we can assume that so is this. You can see how similar they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
a much bigger one. This the aperture would be more belled out and larger. So this one, because it's backward, we actually know with certainty that it's a lightning whelk.
Ah, that's so cool.
Nice.
Because lightning whelks are one of the only gastropods on the planet that spiral in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then we just have a little bit of drilling stuff to happen right now. So, cool whelk. It's not anything special.
Look at
Wow.
that staircase.
That's beautiful.
Look at
How-
that.
How amazing is that?
That's crazy.
And see, again, that's a prime example of why with these things, you actually kind of want a broken specimen, because if this was perfectly intact, we'd never see that.
Right.
Mhm.
And then this one is just kind of madness. So where is it? There we go. If we look at the top right here, we've got the top part of the shell, another part of the spiral, and then this is the center of the spiral. If we rotate it slightly, we've got the aperture right there. See how that little tiny druzy crystals inside of
Mhm.
there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's way bigger ones.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're pretty much insane. And yeah, I love them so much. So I didn't want to bring too many because this video is a huge deal. Like, this is a site that is very, very, like, you got to know a guy who knows a guy. I'm very lucky that Derek took me there. So I didn't want to ruin all the surprises. So you guys have to go watch my video tomorrow on Saturday, where you'll get to see the rest of these. But I did bring one of the big specimens. There's an even bigger one. You have to see the video to see. But this is, I said this in the video too, and it's very true. This is one of the best display specimen fossils I own, period. Not from Florida, just period. That
Saying
is-
something.
This right here.
Yeah. No
That's
That's
flipping way.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So there's a reason that took so much time to demonstrate all the calcite and those other
Crazy.
specimens, because it displays why this is so special. So we've got a giant whelk right here. Right here is another whelk. Right here is another whelk. Right here is another whelk. And then right here is another crystal-filled whelk.
Dang.
And then if we
Crazy.
flip this around, you
There's
see
more.
just
That's
how
magnificent.
enormous it is. And then we tilt it.
Yeah.
It's filled with giant calcite crystals.
Wow.
Nice.
That is stellar. You
That
need to
is-
build that like a light and mirror box. So
Yeah.
I agree
that-
completely.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to
Oh.
point out that whelk right there on the lip.
Whelks for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was prepping so slow and carefully because I wanted to keep that string together. Like, I wanted to
Yeah.
leave as many in the matrix as possible, and then leave
That's
enough on the bottom
insane.
so that it actually sits up properly. That is one of the coolest fossils I've ever found. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's one even crazier than this in the video that is way too fragile for me to bring home. I did not feel comfortable doing that. So to see that one, go watch the video on Saturday.
I think our appetites are wet.
And yeah, I still am at kind of a loss for words for that thing. That is very, 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 very nice. Super nice.
Yeah, that is
and
crazy.
then lastly, I forgot to bring it with me, like as a physical demonstration. But it's last day in Florida. We went fishing, and I found more shells. Of course, I did. Shelling is like I love as much as rock hounding. So people, you need to like shells more. Just gonna keep saying it. Anyway, we get home. I got everything packed. I'm like actually ahead of schedule, which absolutely never happens. I'm usually like last minute cramming everything into suitcases so that I can get it all back home in time. And I'm like actually sailing perfectly. We've got everything packed. Like I did a lot of it the night before. Like we're actually doing great this time. And look at the clock. It's like 8 o'clock. Okay. Almost 8:30. It's like, all right, I'm going to go take a few more casts at the canal so I can catch my last Florida fish. Take like 3 casts. I catch a bass. I go to unhook the bass. The bass flops and impales me with a giant treble hook, like straight into my palm. I think the scar is actually still there.
Oh, yeah, you can still see it.
Yeah.
It was deep, and then it twisted. So there.
Yeah.
And it was deeply curved inside my skin because normally you just like pull it out, but A, you can't do that with treble hooks, and B, not with the way it was curved would I be able to pull it out. So, and then my other thought was, just cut it and then pull it through the other side. But it wasn't like parallel to the skin. It was like straight down. So, and I've got a lure literally about this big hanging off of it. There was a weird, really uncomfortable, painful moment where I had I would have a hook attached to my hand on one side and a bass attached to it on the other side, and he was flopping, and I was absolutely freaking out. So at 9 o'clock on our last night there with a flight at like 6 a.m., which means we had to get up at 4:30, I had to go to the ER to get a hook cut out of my hand, and you'll be seeing those pictures right now as we speak of the befores and afters of that whole process. It sucked. They put me on antibiotics, which is one of the reasons I was out of it the last week, because they made me very out of it, for lack of a better word, because there's so many nasties in Florida water that are fairly dangerous. So yeah, they're like, we got to get rid of those just in case there are any. And yeah, they gave me a bunch of shots of lidocaine to numb it, and then they cut it out and maneuvered it. And it was one of the only people, apparently, according to them, that asked to keep the barb. And I'm going to turn it into a ring. I'm going to put it on a white pearl background and then set it in resin.
Do it.
There you go.
Make a doublet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it'll be my slow the heck down ring.
There you go.
My stop and think ring.
better to run late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once I see that hospital bill, that might be the most expensive ring I've ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
But that was the trip.
Bravo. Wonderful show and tell.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I try.
Well, thank you, Theo.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Now we get to show and tell. So, Karen, what you got?
Well, I have some more wood from the cousin's name is Heidi, and so I have termed it Heidi Wood Ranch. Yeah, Kyle gets that one. And so I've been playing with it, and it has been super fun. I went back out to the rock pile to start on some more saw cuts, and this time around, instead of just the cuts like I did for the last video, I'm actually taking it to the flat lap, and we're going to polish it all the way through and get some jewelry made. And so this guy I cut, and it's so interesting. Those of you out there that have been doing some cutting with anything, but especially petrified wood, you don't know, like when you get inside, it could look the same or it could look completely different.
Yeah.
And so this one is completely agatized. It's very jaspery on the outside, but very agatized on the inside. And so there's a shot of it being backlit and it looks like, I don't know, butterscotch or caramel or something like that. Something tasty. Although, you know, of course we're not licking rocks because
It's not
come
good.
after us.
Yeah.
Unless it's magnetite.
Yes. And it's only, you know, like a nanometer thick. So there's this one, and you know, one of the things that I discussed in the video was, and here as well with another show and tell, was how smooth these are. I really think that these are petrified woods that got somehow involved with the Ice Age floods that we had in the Willamette Valley, because they are just so smooth. And so you can see what's going on there, kind of chunky on the inside, but this one actually did some kind of neat wings.
That's cool.
So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And so, and it's agatized. I mean, you could see how really like it took a shine just from the the saw. Imagine, you know, what this is going to polish up like. And so and this grain under the microscope is really, really interesting. Both of these specimens turn out to be the same kind of wood, even though, you know, it was random selections from the pile. So more petrified wood from Karen, but it's interesting because every single time you cut, you have a completely different organic mineralization. Like the grains are different, you know, species to species, but even from tree to tree in the same species. But then the way that they picked up their minerals and decided to become a rock is also just fascinating. And so that's the show and tell, and that's what's going to be coming up in the video to come, hopefully very, very soon.
Thank you, Karen.
That's such a cool piece.
Yeah, so exciting. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Kurt, what do you got?
So for my show and tell, like I said earlier, I'm tumbling some snakeskin agate, which is from Idaho. These are just a few pieces. I sent this Kyle a video, so he should be showing it. But if not, it's basically like calcini nodules that have like snakeskin pattern on them. So I'm doing a video on how to tumble snakeskin agate coming up the next couple of weeks once it's done tumbling. But I just realized this small piece that I have right here, I don't see if y'all can see, but it's in the shape of a duckling. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done. It's a snake duck.
Yeah. But this piece right here is my favorite piece. It's the best looking one with the best like snake skin patterns on it. So this stuff is really cool and can't wait for it to turn out or to see how it turns out in the next week. I put it on its final stage this Sunday. So in 2 days, I'll do a washout and then put it in for polish for about a week, and then it should be done. So
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your show and tell. I wasn't really gonna do one, but I suppose I probably can.
We're twisting your arm, man.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Okay. So
Do it now.
do it. Okay.
Do it.
Hold
It's
on.
like the fifth time we've said that this podcast.
I think it's I actually have at least one light on here, I think. Okay. So I haven't really posted a video yet on YouTube yet of this, I don't think. I don't know. My memory's getting a little blurry here. Finished sorting all my rocks. I found this out in the pile because after I sorted all the rocks, I went out with my UV beast and figured, okay, let's see what glows underneath the black light. And I go out there, and I should have been recording, and I considered doing it before I did it. I'm like, I'm probably not finding anything that cool.
Ooh, tonight.
Insane.
Watch out, Superman.
Vivid green.
So I'll post a video later. That's more up close. Not here. I'll put on YouTube.
That is great.
Just because I'm lazy. But it stuck out like a sore thumb. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And the thing is, like, I didn't think anything of it when I was sorting the rocks because when I was sorting everything, I just kind of had to like, I found like a fair amount of like I think like bloodstone, and it's more dense because it has a lot of hematite in it. And I'm like, okay, I'll put this aside just in case. I don't know why I didn't do that with this stone here, and it just ended up in the pile. So now I'm wondering what else is in that pile because I'm leaning towards this being Franklinite, but I'm not 100% sure just yet. Part of me just wants to polish an end of this just for giggles. But I thought it was a cool find. And yeah, I'll post a video later on YouTube of a little bit more detailed just because I don't feel like going to the garage right now to record anything.
You were going to send that to me, right? We talked about this earlier.
1 million. But yeah, that was my show and tell. Kind of kept it.
I forgot to mention during our How Was Our Week that a big part of my week was going to the Gem and Mineral show twice. Nice. And I bought a lot of cool stuff. Sorry for
spending all that hard-earned money.
Nope, it's too late. You can't tell us.
Petricite, Imperial Lapis, and lots of turquoise.
Nice.
Sounds awesome.
Petricite.
It's good. Oh, and a bunch of gem bone. I got like 5 slabs of gem bone.
Ooh.
Nice.
Some nice stuff.
What you gonna do with it?
Look at it.
Okay.
Taste it.
This stuff's expensive.
It's really nice too. I got some with some blue chalcedony. I got some with
nice.
a mixture of like red through yellow, like every shade.
I love those.
Nice.
And then I got some that has really, really dark, like black almost background with bright, like hunter orange pockets. It's so pretty. Like the bone itself is black, and then all of the little agate pockets in the gem bone part are like just vivid orange. It's so pretty.
Yeah, gem bone's expensive.
It is. It was very expensive.
I was expecting beautiful, pretty, fun to work with.
It's gorgeous, but yeah, there's definitely a price attached to it. But those like 4 or 5, I think it was, slabs of gem bone that I got still together were not as expensive as that one slab of petricite.
Petricite is stupid expensive.
Yeah.
Yup. I actually learned why though at the Gem Mineral Show. It's because it's in like a super, super dangerous part of the Congo, where people are only allowed to go in 2 at a time, and they have to be accompanied by like 6 armed guards, and they can only do it like 2 or 3 times a year. So the supply is like really, hard to get a hold of.
Yeah.
So that's why the price just keeps getting higher and higher and higher, because it's just dangerous to get a hold of.
That makes sense.
It's so pretty though. I wish it wasn't, because it's like some of my favorite stuff. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be doing a video. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. I waited for someone to start talking. I'm like, I'm not done yet. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there is more.
No, I'm actually going to be making a video like making stuff with all the stuff I got at the Gem and Mineral Show. So
that'll be cool.
Yeah. And then you're going to send it to me.
Yeah. So you can polish it all for me, because you're the polishing wizard.
Oh, no, not me.
And I'll give you something. I don't know. I've got stuff I've got like 90 billion things in front of me. Yeah, I'll give you a calcified clam or Welk.
You're like, I'll give you my friendship.
Give
this
you
my
a
price.
Chris high five.
All right, Chris high five. Here we come.
Okay, now that's my week. I can stop now.
Okay. But I guess we can go into words of wisdom now. Karen, what you got?
I thought that was your words.
This is not acceptable.
Like Goku just powering up energy.
I was going for lemon grab for my adventure time, but I can't quite do that. I can't do that.
The same thing.
All right. The words of wisdom are: don't forget the lube. So.
Whoa.
That took a turn.
It's not the late.
That
night show
took a
yet.
turn.
You probably should have been drinking his soda at the same time.
Yeah, that was dangerous. She's trying to kill me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's self-explanatory, but if you don't lube your proper parts, then they get it can get sticky.
Can we just like add random bleeps to that? Sorry.
So that's my wisdom for this evening. Saying my best, I think.
We broke Kyle.
We did.
Oh man. Oh. Kurt?
Yeah.
I can't.
Save us, Kurt.
My jaw hurts. Okay, well, I'll just say similar to last week, with fire season approaching, be aware of your surroundings and take precautions and food and water with you at all times.
Very smart.
Sorry, it's my turn. I knew that. I just liked how we were all just silently like
Nodding.
yeah.
And bobbleheading.
Yeah. My words of wisdom would be stop not liking shells and also like shells more than you currently do so that I can make shell videos.
Stop not liking shells.
Stop not liking shells. No, actually, real words of wisdom would be do it while you can. And I forgot to mention that during my Florida trip. Oh my gosh. So one thing we did that was like kind of miserable because of how early we got up, but it was so worth it, is we went to one of the places we were actually right by Kennedy Space Center. So we got to go see 2 rockets on their respective launch pads. And the really
cool.
rare thing about those rockets was both of them were manned vessels.
Wow.
Going to the
cool.
ISS, which is super cool and a very unusual thing to see 2 manned vehicles on their launch pads at the same time.
That's
so
cool.
and that was awesome. It was
Really
miserable
cool.
getting up super early and then going and working extremely hard to dig these things out, but it was so worth it. And that's not an opportunity.
We feel so bad.
Yeah, I know, right? It was hard work, but yeah, no, worth every second of it. And yeah, it's like if we had been like, no, I want to sleep in, we would have missed out on what is really a rare opportunity to see 2 manned vessels on the launch pad today and Monday as well. Like going out hunting, I was like, I've done 1 hunt today. I could probably call it good, but no, I'm gonna go hunt more. And then me and Kate actually had totally different plans that fell through. We were supposed to actually go out on a boat to go hit islands today, and the person with the boat had some stuff come up, so they had to cancel. So we could have just called it off, but instead we're like, nah, let's go find some good stuff. Like do it while you can, and that applies to more than just rock hounding. Like it's not just like seasonal things that bar you from doing stuff. Like I don't know, I like doing the intense things as much as possible while I can, because I know there will be a day where I can't do it as easily as I can now.
True.
And I don't take that for granted. I don't take it for granted. So.
Not one bit.
That's nice.
I was gonna do that.
Did I beat you to the dad joke?
You did. I guess I had my quota though, so it's all good. Thank you for all 3 for your words of wisdom. Mine, I didn't really think about this beforehand.
Yeah, I never do.
If you have a phone and you have the notifications on, turn them off. Just if you have to, like, just turn off your ringers and everything else. Have like very specific people in your life, like your emergency contacts, have them have their ringers on, but just turn off notifications for everything else and just set your phone aside. Yeah, we want you to subscribe to our channel too, but also take a break from your phone. Enjoy the world. It's out there. Butterflies, rocks, nature.
Don't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, take a break from your phone. That's basically what I'm saying. That's the short answer.
Good to do that.
Yeah.
What's the long answer? sorry.
Yeet.
I'll stop. Yeet.
Yeet's phone. Phone bad.
I accept this response.
But that's going to do for our words of wisdom. Karen, if you'd be so kind to take us out.
Surely. Thanks so much for joining us all the way, making it all the way to the end of the podcast and hanging out. So don't forget to send us your killer
Money.
finds. The big, yeah,
Sorry.
sure. Whatever you
Sorry.
want, including the pictures
Price.
of your killer find, to the email in the description, and then also hit that for the invite for the Discord and join us throughout the week with our show and tell and conversations about lapidary and all sorts of weird stuff over there. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there and all the folks that have moms. And tell a friend about the podcast and leave your comments, leave your likes, share them, all that kind of stuff. We're almost at 1,000. So let's go ahead and push this puppy over the top and get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, all of you who have been along for the ride, getting us here, and it'll be fun to see this whole thing grow. And that all being said, thank you so much, and go out there and find something killer. Rock on.
Lube your parts and polish your rocks.
That's right.
Peace.